In Christianity, many people are falling away and being lured away by the enticement of the world. Men and women are becoming lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, like in 2 Timothy 3 verses 4b. The closer we get to the coming of Christ, is the more people will fall away. Yeah, Christianity is a fight. So let's talk about how to fight back. Welcome to Hear My Heart. There are 3 ways in which we can fight back. 1, be sober. 2, be vigilant and watchful. And number 3, take it to the Lord in prayer. So let's go. Number 1, be sober. 1 Peter 5:8 says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks around like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Sober in 1 Peter 5:8 means temperance, moderation, and seriousness. But tonight I want to zoom into the word temperance. And temperance in this context means self-control. You see, sometimes in this Christian life, we can get a little bit careless and we tend to use grace as a license to sin. But the thing is, we don't ever think about the consequences of these sins. And I want you to know this, that even though you are forgiven, you're still gonna have to face a bunch of consequences. For example, if someone murders somebody and goes to God and says, Father, forgive me, do you know that God will forgive them? But the problem is there's a high possibility that that person will have to serve their sentence. So I say it's better to use self-control and avoid the sin entirely. Number 2, be vigilant and watchful. In life on a whole, it is very important to be vigilant and watchful. And in Christianity, it's a big plus, man. To be vigilant is to keep a careful watch for possible dangers or difficulties. And so one of the ways to be very effective in this Christian fight is to be vigilant and watchful over your weaknesses. Yeah, I said it, your weaknesses. Listen, we all are weak at something, and you gotta know what you're weak at. And if you don't know what you're weak at, then you really need to learn yourself. And on that journey of learning yourself, when you learn your weaknesses, then you have to be true to yourself. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. The first step to your deliverance is to admit that there is a problem. I know people out in the world loves to cover their mess, but trust me, man, in the church, we really know how to cover our mess. But the thing is, when you cover your mess, it's like someone sweeping dirt under a carpet instead of truly getting rid of it. And after a while, that dirt will pile up so much under that carpet. And that's when everyone will see what you were trying to hide. So it's best to just work on getting rid of it anyway. And so number 2 tells us, in order to fight back, you have to be vigilant and you have to be watching over the weak areas of your life. And number 3, take it to the Lord in prayer. Jesus told his disciples in Matthew 26 verses 41, watch and pray that he enter not into temptation. The spirit is truly willing, but the flesh is weak. Yes, hearts, prayer is where it gets much easier. You see, Jesus tried to let them understand that all our spirits are willing to do what God wants us to do. But the problem is we have a flesh, and the flesh is what is weak. So Romans 10:3 says, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. And I say all that to say, when you ask the Lord for help, he will help you. That's why people are falling all over the world, because many have stopped praying. When it's time to pray, ling ling, phone comes on and we get distracted. Listen here, my heart family. Let's not get distracted. Ecclesiastes says that there's a time for everything. And so there's a time to get on this bad boy, because I love my phone too. But there's also a time that you gotta get into prayer and you gotta ask God for help. Trust me, it will help you to fight and to stand in these trying last Christian days. So let's wrap this up, man. 3 of the greatest ways to fight back. Number 1, be sober. Number 2, be vigilant and watchful. And number 3, take it to the Lord in prayer. Peace.